pick up that tool that you just chucked out of my hand when you're like, nope, I see you trying to do something healthy. Nope, I don't want you to improve your life. Nope, I'm going to try to make it harder for you. I don't like how it looks when you start to get better. I don't like how it looks when you start to get better because it makes me look bad. Now the way that you're handling conflict makes me look like a jackass. Okay, well, that's okay. I'm still going to use my tools in your toolbox. And when you end up learning how to use those tools, we can use them together and we can problem solve together and we fix the problem together. But I'm not going to allow you to push me down to a point of development that I have already surpassed. Okay, I've already surpassed that. Get on my level or not at all, but you will not bring me lower just because you want and wish that I would stoop to a lower level that I used to. Because you got a thrill, you got an ego driven into you. You got ego that is driving you. And when you see someone yell and get mad and rambunctious and how dare you and you can't do this and oh, I just about punched my glasses on my face. I'm not going to do all that. I'm not going to get mad about how you're behaving. I'm in control of how I feel. And right now, I feel pretty good about how I've behaved. And I don't have to internalize how you behave. The toolboxes the tools in your toolbox are different than the tools in my toolbox. And when you show up one day with a different toolbox and different tools, then I'm ready to work with you. But until then, I have to understand that you are on a different level developmentally than I am. Not being willing to tackle and solve problems and relationships leads to unresolved feelings of anger, victimization, terminated relationships, unresolved problems, and power plays that intensify the problem and waste time and energy. Not being willing to face and solve problems means we may run into the problem again and again and again. Becomes this annoying loop. Imagine me saying again, 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 again in a monotone voice. Again, 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 again. This is what happens when people hurt me in the same way over and over again. It's as if the hurt has less emotions and it's like, oh, I was prepared for that. They're like a skipping track, like a CD that's skipping. And I'm like, oh, well, that's annoying. I'm just going to take out the CD and put a different one in because like, why would I listen to that over and over again? Again, again, again. Okay, do you have like anything new? Like, have you learned anything? Do you have a new tool in your toolbox? Or are you still going to use the same crusty fucking toolbox that you've had your whole life? Not being willing to face and solve problems means we may run into the problem again. Some problems with people cannot be worked out in mutually satisfactory ways. Sometimes the problem is a boundary issue we have, and there is not room to negotiate. In that case, we need to clearly understand what we want and need and what our bottom line is. Some problems with people, though, can be worked through, and satisfactorily negotiated. Often there are workable options for solving problems that we will not even see until we become open to the concept of working through problems in relationships rather than running from the problems. To negotiate problems, we must be willing to identify the problem, let go of blame and shame, and focus on possible creative solutions. To successfully negotiate and solve problems in relationships, we must have a sense of our bottom line and our boundaries and our boundary issues, so we don't waste time trying to negotiate non-negotiable issues. We need to learn to identify what both people really want and need and the different possibilities for working that out. We can learn to be flexible without being too flexible. Committed, intimate relationships mean two people are learning. Committed and intimate relationships means two people are learning to work together through their problems and conflicts in ways that work in both people's interest. Meditation for today. Today I will be open to negotiating conflicts I have with people. I will strive for balance without being too submissive or too demanding. I will strive for appropriate flexibility in my problem-solving efforts.